This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, what should the golfers be looking out for today?
Going to have to play well from tee to green for a start. That's where most of the problem is. It sets up beautifully for what we call a second shot golf course, providing you can get the ball in play. You will get rewarded for good iron play around here. The reason why is because when you miss, you're penalized.
So we're ready to go here at PGA West. First hole is 445 yards, a par 4. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's a good way to start, Rich. Certainly isn't a drive and a wedge hole to get you out of the gate. This is going to be a drive and a mid-iron for most players. There's some good bunkering down there. Most players will just sort of look at that bunker that's midway down on the right side. But this is fairway first, that's for sure. It's still a decent length for that second shot ahead of you. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Rhythm, tempo, balance, that golf swing, just perfect. All right, Frank, break down this approach shot here at hole number 1.
Well, typical Pete Dye confuses you straight out of the gate. Draw off the tee, and then you've got to hit that second shot in left to right. Look at the angle of that green. It points away to the right.
This one's looking good. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This won't hurt him. Getting set now over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Even par early on. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Has the putt, and now at -1. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot. I'm loving that balance. That's an absolute beauty.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Second shot now at the second hole. Good-looking shot right here. To -2 early in the round. And getting ready for the putt. In red figures at 1 under par. Moving to the third hole to par 4 again. This one 471 yards. .315. All right, Frank, what do you think of this second shot here at the third?
Player gets a big opportunity here. Even though this green is 35 yards deep, it just angles away to the left side. As long as you don't leave the ball out that right side, there's a good chance for a birdie here at 3. This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Getting set now for the second shot here at hole number 3, par 4. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Just a couple of feet. So, 2 under early on. Now at the 4th, par 3. And Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Shouldn't be a problem here. How about that? 4 under par. -3 now for the round. Well, here we are at the 5th hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they?
Second shot.
Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Second from an excellent lie. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So a tester from 4 feet. So makes the putt, and now at -6. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 sixth. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You are right.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. He's putting for birdie now. So close. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. He can't believe it. Thought it was in. Good effort and good par putt. Has it for par, stays at -5. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the round plays out.
Might go deep here into red numbers. is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Eight-foot putt here. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good work right there, now to 6 under. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier, it's a little more forgiving, greens are flatter and all that, and therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn brawn out there with the rough thick and bunkers are difficult and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And, sort of 10 under, I always think, is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament. That's an absolute beauty.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the wind right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Third shot, looking for a good one. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. And getting ready for the putt. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Eight is not enough. That is 8 under par with that birdie. Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 ninth. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Now putt for par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nothing wrong with that par putt. This putt for par. Eight under par for the round. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, is this a definite green light, the approach at the par 4 10th?
Well, there's enough opportunities at PGA West for the long hitters. This is an opportunity for the really good iron players. This is where they have a chance to shine, because a good iron player will give himself a birdie putt here. A poor iron player here, all of a sudden they'll find trouble.
So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th, what's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selections is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Getting set now over the putt. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West, 617 yards. Frank, for a long time, the stadium course at PGA West was thought to be too difficult for the professionals. How'd that happen?
It wasn't really unusual. A lot of Pete Dye courses, when they first came out, with the wooden bulkheads, so visually intimidating. It was such a departure from traditional golf design that players, they weren't very receptive to it. They thought it was too punishing, and yet now we look some 20, 30 years later, Pete Dye is going to go down with the Mackenzies, the Donald Rosses, the C.B. McDonalds as one of the most innovative and one of the great architects that actually changed the direction that the game's gone.
Back in the late 1980s, the Tour Pros actually refused to go back to the stadium course. They signed a petition to get it removed as one of the host courses, a ban that effectively ran until 2015. But now the Career Builder Challenge will return to the rotation in 2016. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Nice position, short grass, second shot. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through to putt.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Excellent looking shot here. It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Tricky par 3 here, the 13th, 214 yards. Appears to be tracking well. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Under on the day. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of Mongo.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
All right, partner, walk us through this approach shot here at the 14th.
You have to respect the back of the screen as it starts to narrow up. The widest part of the screen is the front. The advantage of that, though, if you do leave it a little bit shorter, you are putting uphill.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well done. Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway it cuts in, so it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left side.
Now the approach here at 15. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
This is a good-looking shot. Just 5 feet left. Mark that as a birdie on the card. I mean, almost hard to believe. 13 under already. Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16th. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Second from an excellent lie. Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Yeah, well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. You know, most golf spectators play the game. Whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators, but most golf fans are golfers.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. That one inside of 10 feet. really dialed in. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. In the hole for birdie. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck. Not looking good, Frank.
No, I think it's wet.
Frankie's missed the green here in regulation, but still hasn't missed the chance to make the par.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's got this shot in his toolbox coming up.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I think so.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Drops for a par. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Thanks for joining us here today in La Quinta, California. Beautiful spot. We're at the Career Builder Challenge. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Par 72, every inch of this golf course is going to extract the best out of your game, because if you don't play your best, you will struggle. Anything in the 60s, something to be proud of.
Here we are at the first tee, ready to kick off the round. Frank?
Good tee shot straight out of the gate. You're going to need it on a hole that's close to 450 yards. Doesn't really matter if you cut it or draw it. Just be wary of that bunker that sits on the right side. Oh, that's fine.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. This won't hurt him. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Has the putt, and now at -1. Just a couple of feet. One under early in the round. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank. This is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you'll see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Good contact, good result. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Now getting ready for the approach shot here at hole number 2.
Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just 5 feet left. -1 in the early going. Stays at 1 under with that par. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that
easy. Second shot here at the third. Bunkers guarding the front left of this green.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
Yeah, it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That would be a great look at birdie. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Now 2 to the good side. Getting set now over the putt. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. This one's looking good. That is classy.
The chance of going in. Really, this is an awkward length.
All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Would love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. -3 now for the round. Well, here we are at the fifth hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
What a great shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Second shot.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze.
Hazard.
Maybe wet.
Oh, gets a good pitch. Only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane.
Should be safely on deck.
That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Tough break. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
8-foot putt here. You have to like that, or under. Nice par to remain 3 under. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
On the green, Frank, but might need a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
You're a long way from the band. You can barely hear the music from that far away.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Four under on the day. Locked in on the read and the speed. And he makes it for par.
We're at the seventh now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good-looking shot right here.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Okay, a bunker shot here, shot the pros really like. The amateurs, they don't like it as much. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Rich, I remember playing with, it was Ben Crenshaw and Mark McCumber in a World Cup of Golf at Royal Melbourne. And Royal Melbourne's greens are as fast as any in the world. And it was probably one of the best putting exhibitions I ever saw without Ben actually making every putt. His sense of speed. And I think that's where I started to see that putting was a real art. He would look at a putt like it had 7 or 8 different dimensions to it. But it was all feel. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't like this sort of amazing thought process. It was sort of through osmosis. He would just feel a green. So it would go up and down, several humps and hollows and that, and invariably just, if it missed, it just settled on the back of the cup. And these were the fastest greens in the world. Incredible display.
His longtime caddy at Augusta National, Carl Jackson. They came together in the mid-1970s. Carl recalls the first time he saw Ben, and what stood out was, as Carl tells it, the putting stroke. And in Carl's words, it flowed like the wind.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing. Under out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that.
Just by poking it down the left side. But who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
So a tester from 4 feet. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. 4 par. Nothing wrong with that par putt.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, continuing at PGA West in the Career Builder Challenge. We're on the back 9 now. Hole number 10 is 416 yards, a medium length par 4. But again, player has to deal with water.
It is. This is a double dog leg, really. And if you don't get the ball in the fairway, you're going to kick yourself.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back 9. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left, there's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind the screen. So second shot, judging the distance, imperative here.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Good round going at 6 under. Settles in over the putt. Now 8 under on the day.
Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, you know, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole, a par 5 that you can't reach. You can still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is. Second shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
This one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Third shot, looking for a good one.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
So with that make, now it's 7 under par.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
That's how you maintain momentum and make those putts for par. Frank, P. Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longer second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Headed for the bunker. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker.
Frank, another good scoring opportunity here at the par 4 12th.
Yeah, just have to focus on where that flag is in relation to these little ridges and the mounds on this green. It's called moat because it's protected all by that wall of sand down that left side. That's not really in play for this shot. If you're smart, use one of those little ridges. They can kick it towards the flag.
Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Clean this up with a tap. Well in the red figures at 9 under for the round.
Well, Frank, we came off a hole, the short par 4 12th, where players no doubt were thinking about making birdie. Here, it's a different story. Why?
It is. Well, 13's always going to be unlucky for some. There's so much water down there on that left side. And the way it sort of laps up to the wooden bulkhead, it looks anything other than a...
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. This one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There's 5 feet left. Nine under for the round. Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out there on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Has his par. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par.
Now to the par 4, 15 hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, yeah, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
See what they do now with this second shot at hole number 15.
This one has a chance to be close. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Now the approach here at 15.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break?
Not a gimme, but well within his range. 11 under on the day. As this putt for birdie. In the heart.
Par 5 16th is a slight dog-leg left at 600 yards.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Second from an excellent lie. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Knocks it up on the green. It is about 28 feet away from the hole. Third shot, looking for a good one. This is a 28-footer. Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
And getting ready for the putt.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie, now have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
A good effort and a good par putt. Eight under par for the round.
Par 317. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. That ball is lost in the water.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Now from 160.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. 5 minutes ago.
Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
Continues to roll the ball very well. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway.
What a great shot.
And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. The great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times it can be so hard. It's just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.